you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Baltimore Ravens. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Caldwell to return. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Wentz now on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And some room to maneuver. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays, there's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Smith on first down. Philip Dorsett holds it in. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. David Irving. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, Colton Schmidt to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be taken at the 13. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. Complete to Gavin Escobar, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. A first carry now for Alex Collins. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And Escobar has it left side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got Curse. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Collins. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Play action. It's Smith. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jermaine Kearse, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Caldwell to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Wentz now on first down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Jordan Hicks coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. And now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Brought down by Nate Gehring.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, here's Smith. And Cook has it left side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Smith keeps it on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the run, Smith going to throw. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Bullard in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Third and long, it's Smith. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by who else? The former Cardinal, Patrick Peterson.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Wentz going to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Black, come on. Black, come on. Great 15, great 15.
Working from the gun, Wentz. That's complete to Meredith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. After the penalty, it's Yeldon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Black, come on.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Steps away to his left. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Butker on for the PAT. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. To take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now it's Smith. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 5 on the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And the Ravens taking the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
82, 82. Go. 20, 82, 82.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Looking deep for Hilton. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Wentz. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit. On
1st and 10, Smith. And his His throw is going to be incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Smith now to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Smith. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's John Ryan now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Black, black. Here we go. Back, back. Waiting. Black, black. Come on.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He finds Howard complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Throwing now is Wentz, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Now a handoff to Yeldon. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Black. Here we go. Waiting.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. Smith now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The grab made by Curse over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And complete right side to Cook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Caldwell to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Go!
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And brought down but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Come on now. Let's go.
Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Check A2. Check A2. What's this?
From the gun, it's Wentz. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So out now come the Cardinals. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On first down, Smith. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Smith. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. Smith now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Again, Smith. And some room to work. Room to run inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll running right through it. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
I believe I understand where the offense was going there. They just hit a big pass play, thought they could fool them with a run, but maybe they overthought it a little bit. Just hit a nice pass, come back with another one, keep the momentum going.
Now Smith. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Cardinals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Back now in Baltimore. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Lefty, lefty. Here we go. 180!
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now T.J. Yeldon. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Shorty. Say stack.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits, and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Yeldon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
82, 82. 82, 82. Black, come on. Black.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Wentz. Caught out left side by Robinson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And the kick by Butker is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Evans, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw, Smith. Steps away. And he finds Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw is Smith. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Justin Ellis in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They run with Collins, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's a give to Yeldon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There we go. Back man. 120.
On 3rd down, Yeldon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And now the Cardinals are going to use another timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Butker able to put this one through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. And Escobar has it left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Oh, a lot of contact right there. No call, maybe got away with one.
What are you doing questioning the contact on that play? Let them play. And, you know, it was a late-game situation. And I think that probably played into it. The officials, they want to let the players determine it down the stretch.
He's back to throw. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Yeldon. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Come on now, come on now, let's go. Great.
Wentz to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
82.
To throw is Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.